Yes, guys, what's going on? Make sure you head over to stretfordpaddock.bigcartel.com. Check out all the new merch. Remember, members get 10% off. Go and do it now. See you later. Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome.
Boring!
Tell you what's not boring. Going to Wembley, nearly.
Well, we're not doing that yet.
Not yet. But
And we probably won't get to go anyway.
well, maybe not. But
So it's fucking boring, isn't it?
bro, it was. You see my face on that watch along? No. Oh man. It was. But you know what? Let's not be talking about boring stuff. Let's talk about the man that saved the game.
Diallo.
McTominay?
No.
Oh, Diallo?
Ronaldo
McTominay?
says before. Won 100% of the games that he's been in the squad for.
I nicked that stat on the watch along. I like that. Scott McTominay though. Crucial goal against Everton, which didn't mean for much in the end apart from a point. And another crucial goal from him again today. He's popping up with goals left, right and centre. We all knew he could do the dirty stuff, but you like to see his goals now, don't he?
I think he's still got more to add to his passing range.
Oh, 100%.
But yeah, he doesn't score shit goals and he seems to be getting more frequent with them. I mean, how many is he on now? 7?
He's around that, yeah.
Wow. Like, Jesus, if you get 10 from a central midfield player, that's unbelievable. It's Brian Robson levels of goals. Levels of goals. Nothing else. In terms of, like, if you wanted to pit him against one of the players on the opposite side, Declan Rice didn't pull up any trees today, did he?
I think they're very different players. I think Declan Rice is more of a 6. McTominay is more of an 8.
Honestly, I don't think they're that different.
I think the intelligence... I'm someone that hasn't been a massive... Like, I've said that Declan Rice at 80, 90 million doesn't make sense to me.
Well, even if you weren't
totally
directly comparing him to McTominay...
I think Rice's intelligence... Rice is probably more of what we need.
He lost the ball for our attack.
That's cool. People will make mistakes, but I think they're very different players. Rice is rarely going to be bombing into your box and scoring.
Even if you're not comparing them.
But his reading of the game's better. His passing of the ball's better as well, even if he did give it away. And that's not... I don't
not a good audition for what would end up being a £100 million transfer.
Yeah, and he's not worth that. And you can find a dozen of those in Spain that play that way, that do that, and you'd end up spending 30 mil. Yeah. So I hear you, but I do think in terms of a number 6, he's better. In terms of a number 8, I think McTominay is better. Was that the big difference today? Because starting with Matic and Fred, they both just sat in front of Maguire and Lindelof. As soon as McTominay comes on, he starts being an extra bomber.
Matic was in the final third. He was there. You know, maybe not in the same sort of mindset, but he was getting in the final third. I thought we lacked a little bit of penetration. It's also just a patience thing. You know, they came with 3 defensive midfielders. They had their entire team behind the ball. It was always going to be difficult. And ultimately, we limited how much they was going to have. They didn't have a lot, but we limited quite well some of the threats that they did have. We come away with a clean sheet. We are in the hat for the next round. As boring and underwhelming as it was fairly easy, apart from frustrating in how little opportunities we created. But, you know, West Ham, 4th or 5th in the table, they're proving to be extremely difficult to break down. So... shrug your shoulders, we're in the fucking hat, crack on.
That's all that matters in the cup, obviously, is being in the hat and getting through.
And the performances weren't bad. They were just lacking in the final third. But when you know, people only want to look at our performance and not look at the opposition performance and the impact that it has on our performance. There's 2 teams in a game of football, and you have to overcome the opposition to beat them.
But we have to break those teams down.
You do, and we did.
Why didn't we break those teams down in the first half? Or why didn't we create as many opportunities up until extra time when McTominay gets his goal?
I think Mason Greenwood's the best of our forward 3. And he's still got a lot to learn. I think that he was the best outlet, the best opportunity, the one that seemed to be creating the most opportunities. Rashford wasn't at the races. And he had one. Here's the problem. Max had 1 chance. All of them probably need 3 or 4. And that's not because they're not clinical. Most strikers need 3 or 4 chances to put
So where does the creativity come from? Does Ali have to stop with this Matic and Fred and McTominay and Fred and 2 sitting really deep? Especially at home, I understand it, but they are at times. We saw it there.
They're not sitting really
at times. They're both picking up the ball, and you know, Fred very rarely makes that bombing run. the passing of the ball isn't great. There's no clarity in that passing.
We played two
Donny van de Beek
midfielders
today. We very rarely got him on the ball in
didn't.
the areas where he wanted to be in.
We didn't. And, him getting hooked after 60, he was fucked. For the 10 minutes before he got subbed, he was anonymous. I thought he was taking up some good positions in the first half. The players either don't know him or don't trust him yet, or don't know the runs he's making because he's just not played with anyone. I don't think that we didn't play two deep sitting midfielders. We played two midfielders that are more defensively minded. Maybe we expected more from West Ham.
So then naturally they will be deeper though. So do we need? We're not playing like. And is this why we need a 6 in the summer so that we can do that?
Yeah, because we play 2 at the moment because the ones we've got aren't good enough to play on their own.
We're playing 2 8s to be a 6, aren't we? Almost every time, apart from Matic.
Yeah,
I
just don't think we've got the ability in the squad. When people go, I just think Pogba's gone. To be honest, if you brought in a Grealish, not 100% sure it would definitely work, but if you brought in Grealish to sort of sit alongside Bruno, it's a very, very, very offensive midfield. You're going to need someone who don't even cross the halfway line to balance it out. And that would have to be a single man. And I don't know if you're doing that in one summer because Grealish ain't going to be cheap if it's him. If there is any sort of replacement coming in for Pogba, because I'll be honest with you, Donny van de Beek didn't raise his flag up to be the replacement for him tonight.
It's hard for Donny though. I mean,
he
hardly ever plays.
Of course it is.
And then he plays and then
of course it is,
the passing of the ball through to him is poor.
When people get their debuts, when you're given the opportunity, you've got to grab it. This is Manchester United. But also, we're not a fucking charity case.
But also
go grab
in case
it.
of Donny, he's got to play more.
He does.
You can't expect him,
but
especially in games when, this I think Fred has his uses, but this over-reliance on him. I'd much rather see Donny van de Beek sometimes in the team.
I totally agree with you. But he proved he ain't got 90 minutes in the tank today. Now, that's a chicken and the egg sort of scenario because if you play him more, he'd potentially have more. Now, I don't know that he's not doing everything that he can to get fit, but the last time he started a game, he lasted 60 minutes. Tonight, he lasted 60 minutes. Where's the progression in him? He looks fucked in, let's be honest, what was not a frantic game. It was a fucking boring game. Boring.
I just feel you need to play. It was boring. It was very, very
he does
boring.
need to play, but if he ain't fit to play 90 minutes, I can understand.
But sometimes a sub's going off on 75th.
Now there's no excuse for that. For me, that's another way that you get him match rhythm. Is you get him those 20, 30 minute substitute appearances. Even when Pogba went off the other day, it was like, Matic, in we go.
It's happened that's what I mean, and that's when you start because I'm not panicked about it. I thought Ollie's taking his time, getting him fit, getting him up to speed. But then you see some things sometimes and you think,
yeah, Donny was the
or
one
you
there.
see a half-assed performance from Fred and you think, Donny can do better than this.
Yeah, I don't know if Solskjaer's being mega overcautious, whether he never really wanted him. I don't know the answers to those. But when you look at, John Stones' introduction at City's been about 3 years before he's looked half decent. Cancelo took a full year. Fabinho got a full year. Maybe this is what they want to do, but what flies in the face of that is Bruno came here, still had his fucking boarding pass in his pocket and was on the fucking pitch.
It's true. But players are all different, I guess. A lot of people were talking about their subs today online and in the comments and stuff like that. Did Ollie, should he have made some earlier?
People always want subs earlier.
But this is a common theme with Ollie.
People always want subs earlier.
Yeah.
If you've got a game plan you believe in, I can understand the reluctance to make changes when you've picked what you think your 11 best players. Don't know why Mason came off. I didn't understand bringing 2 fullbacks on. Unless they were both below in.
I got it because Tele barely made a pass to Rashford. There was a lot of passes behind him, in front of him. There was one that I seen where he just kicked it out for a throw, and I remember thinking, yeah, what's going on?
He had a fucking really good game.
I didn't think he had a bad game, but I didn't think his distribution was great either.
I disagree.
Some crosses into the box were good.
Some of the crosses had good shape, but there was no one
building
there
that play into the box or making the pass down the line for Rashford, I don't think that was great. But then I don't think Rashford's passing's been great recently.
No, he's not been at the races.
Got an assist though, another one, and that's incredible. I think that's he got the assist for McTominay because he just passed it in today. But He's shitting goal contributions. 17 goals, I think. 13 assists, I think. So that might be 30 now.
It's mad.
And I don't think he's played well at all this season.
No, and again, he gets moved over to the fucking right-hand side. Why?
We had about 6 strikers on at the end.
Yeah.
That's probably why.
But why is it him that's constantly moved over and not Tony? Because like you said, he is contributing at the moment, but you're generally nullifying his contribution by moving him to the right.
And Tony can cut in on the left as well. Cut in on his left foot, I suppose. We are through, though. And that's the most important thing, isn't it?
It is. It's just, it's been a long fucking winter period. I think everyone's frustrated with lockdown.
You think the break, it's not much of a break, but it's like an extra day or two now between this and West Brom game. Do you think that will help?
No.
Because there's been a quick turnover with a lot of games, isn't it?
It has. It's been killer. I mean, covering the games, we know it's been rough. I think everyone's just, taking out a lot of frustrations on fucking life at the moment because it's fucking wank being in lockdown. And I think that's manifesting itself in the frustration with people, especially when you get boring house games like that. You kind of like, we look forward to United because it's the only fucking thing we can look forward to. I ain't going out seeing my mates. I'm not going to the fucking pub. I can't take the fucking missus anywhere. Can't even take my fucking kids anywhere. The one fucking thing I have to look forward to is to watch a fucking empty stadium, watch United play, and they only put me to sleep tonight. And you think, the one thing that we've all kind of got in life, I fucking completed Netflix 2 months ago. I've got nothing else to watch. So, like, we're all putting a lot of emphasis on watching United. And I
suppose when you come out the ground after these ones, you normally just singing "Que Sera Sera," but you're not really.
Yeah, I got nothing. There's not. I'm missing it. I'm fully missing it. I'm not just missing that. I'm missing coaching. I haven't been fucking coaching neither. I'm missing all that fucking sort of like human connection and everything. And just watching it on the telly doesn't do it for me.
Maguire got man of the match today. Did you agree with that?
Nope.
I thought McTominay all day.
Just don't think it was Maguire.
So who then?
Not Maguire.
It's usually good to just say a player that you think is.
I thought Tellers.
I don't get that one. I really don't.
You go watch the game again, you.
Joe said he's going to do a man bun like him though. Cut the side of his head and draw a scar in as well.
That'd be interesting.
So we'll
something to look forward to.
Yeah, we'll get that sorted.
But yeah, no, I don't think so. Maguire had a couple of fucking real shocking ropey moments. Ropey moments. Fucking, I want to go to bed. I'm fucking tired.
On that note,
Robbie,
you I've had enough, Robbie.
Oh no, what's going on?
On that note, I'll let you go.
All right, bye.
We're winning the cup, yeah? He said, yeah. See you in a bit.